digital devices on. Tune into the trendiest team in town. Bringing you music, great guests, hot topics, and lifestyle views that's going on now. It's the Miss O Show, O Show. It's the Miss O Show, O Show. It's the Miss O Show, O Show. It's the Miss O Show. We're about to get this poppin' now. O Show.
Oh, welcome back.
Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Anticipation,
like,
man. It's all about
you got
anticipation.
One job.
It's all about anticipation.
You're fired from your other job. You fired from your other job. So that's your only damn job.
I got a lot of jobs. What
other jobs?
Right, a lot of jobs right now.
Whatever. Welcome. It is the Miss O Show with Swinging and Nina.
Yep. There you go. We back.
Long. I mean, even though it was just last week.
Like
but
6-7 days is a long time.
It really is.
6-7 days.
To miss you guys, because I miss your fingernails are pretty, Nana.
Thank you.
Thank you. They're pretty.
Right. All hands is nice and flashy and shit.
That's Nana.
I know y'all patriotic.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give something.
It's giving you outrageous. Shoot up somebody, okay? I'm a little scared.
See, I figured I'll do this now because tomorrow I'll be blacker than black.
Black,
right.
black.
All of that.
Black.
Blacker than black. For a whole 28 days, because that's all they give us and shit.
Well, that's what they give us.
Wow.
We take it all.
Right. We take it all.
That's
There you go. We take it all.
I was like, what is he talking about? Lord.
You're like, wait, what?
Look, I'm Black 365.
That's why you didn't know what he was talking about. That's the reason why. Because you didn't know what he was talking about. Because
you gotta keep up, man. You gotta keep up.
I'm super black all day, so you gotta keep up.
You sure?
Oh my God! So thank you guys for tuning in. We are so excited. I'm telling you, we call this our extended weekend.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, because
Makes
there's no
Mondays
other reason for us to love a Monday except when we come to enjoy and spend time. I love
each
you guys.
other with y'all.
You
like,
say you love
everything.
Mondays?
Yeah, but my Monday is my rest day.
Oh, that's why you like Mondays. That makes sense.
That definitely makes sense.
Because I was like, well, Mondays be hard.
Yeah, I don't think I rested today. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I rested today.
Really?
Well, I did take a nap.
That's my fake rest day. It's a.
Because I'm like, I know you still be grinding.
Sort of.
Well, as you know, we do not like to start the show until we get some positive juju going on. And trust me, we need it. I need it.
I was about to say,
listen, I had to hit my girl up. Like, listen, I hope you got some good for me. Because after the weekend I've had, I need some real serious positive vibes.
Yes.
Cool.
So what you got for us tonight, Miss Nina?
So today I have a quote from my most favorite person, at least from me, and her name is Abraham Hicks. I don't know if you ever heard of her. She's it's the whole story behind it, but basically Abraham Hicks.
Okay.
Anyway, but the quote is, like the air you breathe, abundance is in all things. Like the air you breathe, abundance in all things is available to you. Your life will simply be as good as you allow it to be.
There it is.
That part.
Them facts right there.
Here's
them
your
facts right there.
titties.
See, give me my titties. Give my titties.
I know he was getting ready to ask for his titties. I was like, I know it's coming.
Yes, if you have not looked into her teachings, you have to. It's
I love it. Can we
Good
get a
stuff,
repeat
good
on that?
stuff.
Just in case somebody
like
didn't hear
the air
it.
you breathe, abundance is in all things. In all things is available to you. Your life will simply be as good as you allow it to be.
God, man, and that's just so good. That's so good, and it's just so true. And so many people don't even understand how they block their blessings, how they block the life that they actually want.
Yes.
You know, they do it themselves.
You stop yourself all the time.
Yes.
You stop yourself all the time.
What you speak will exist.
It truly will. And if you just learn how to get out of the way, you know, like it's what is it? Unlimited. It is an unlimited. And we don't have to be in competition because there's enough for everyone. Everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, once you start putting yourself in competition with somebody, you already lost.
Exactly.
Baby.
It's unnecessary.
All right. I see.
That means it's going to be a great show.
There you go.
Wait, how did it happen?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
You know, everything.
Gravity.
I resisted the African American urge to get my car. So this is love right now. Because I didn't move. You didn't move. You didn't move.
I know.
So we just gonna.
I know.
There it is. I don't know what
baby,
that is.
My DNA is saying it's time to go, but I'm going to stay with y'all.
Woo, child. Because look, I'm trying to tell you, I saw it too. I was like,
Right.
It didn't even kind of fall. It like, yeah.
Like, you need to notice.
I'm telling you right now, give you a heads up. If fall again, show's over.
Yeah.
Y'all have a great night.
They gonna be like, what happened? And then we're gonna have to take a real quick break.
Everybody's shit gonna fall over. Everybody's shit gonna
They're
fall
gonna be
over.
taking pictures of blurs. That's why you gonna see us like that.
But maybe it was a stamp on what we said. You know what I mean? Because it was just.
You see how I'm looking at you.
She reaching. She like,
I'm like,
right
you so
there,
positive.
right there.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying because we Leos and we be ready to roll. We like, wait a minute, right?
We gonna figure it out.
I like being locked in with my ancestors on the physical level. Y'all gotta stay over there.
And unfortunately, I am. So I be like, look, I don't need to feel y'all right now. Just give me some space.
Right.
So how was
Man.
everyone's weekends?
My weekend was good.
What'd you do?
I sat my ass still. I stayed in the house the entire weekend. I didn't go to the store. I didn't do nothing.
Really?
I
look
stayed
at
still
that.
all weekend.
Wow,
I was supposed
impressive.
to take my son to basketball practice on Friday, but that got canceled because of the fake snow. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, it was chill. I got rest on top of rest on top of rest. So it was good luck.
Well, that sounds like it's much needed. I love it. I'm so here for it.
Sit your
When
ass
you're going
down.
all the time, sometimes your body just be like, sit your ass down.
And
Right.
it's cold.
It is.
And wind
And
was
it's cold.
disrespectful.
Oh my God.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't that's why I'm like, I'm ready for this
miserable.
weather. Because
Polo was about to be a lost dog because I was just about to let him out the house and be like, you find your way back,
Like,
cool.
good luck.
You know what I'm saying? It's too cold to be taking you out.
good luck. And that is the reason why, like, my dog is my daughter's dog. I got her for her. But I was like, I had a dog prior to this one, and I bought it from someone who previously owned the dog. They were used to taking the dog out to use the bathroom and walking the dog 3 or 4
Right.
times a day. I was like, honey, I'm not doing it because I did it before with that one, and I'm not a morning person. I don't get up unless I have to. So I remember one day, and she's a child, so of course she's not tripping. She sleep.
Right.
The dog is in the room with her. I overslept. I go in her room, and this dog has shit all on the
Everywhere.
bottom of her bed. It was piss, shit,
Yep.
everything all on the
Yep.
bottom of the bed. I was like, okay. It's been real. It's been nice, but you got to go.
My dad want a dog so bad, and I just
No,
the fact of caring for another thing
Because it's
just
like having another child.
Yeah, it's
It
a whole
is, and
nother
I
Never
child.
grows up.
Yeah.
I don't have, and they
That
can't
never grows up.
and
It
they
never
can't
grows
get
up.
rich and pay for your nursing home.
Nothing.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
I've
Just
had
sit
my
there.
dog. I've had Bella for I think almost 5 years, and I'm like, you still are like in diapers. I
Needy as
still
shit.
are needy.
Right. Needy as shit.
Damn.
Like,
Can't
you
you
can't do
feed
nothing.
yourself?
Right.
I'm trying to work my way up to it, but it ain't hit me yet.
Oh, girl, if I could
Nah.
give you any advice, I'm like,
Don't.
nah, baby.
No.
Get
The
her.
companionship and the love is everything.
Well,
It
for my
is.
daughter,
Companionship
It
and love
is.
you know, they say it's good for kids with autism.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
for sure it is because I really wouldn't be able to know, but it is very good for even people that are by
Mental
themselves,
illness, yeah.
mental illnesses and stuff. Because when
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't care how much I fuss at this dog, she'll be like, "I love
Still,
you anyway."
still like you. Unconditional.
Unconditional. So what about you, Miss Nana? What did you get into this weekend?
Can I just start skipping me for real?
No,
Nah.
We
We
love
gotta
hearing about
hear
your
this.
weekend.
We gotta hear this.
I worked.
All right.
So I'm like, y'all can
Shout
just
out
skip me.
about goddamn time.
I cleaned the
About
home,
goddamn time.
and then Sunday I just relaxed. I kind of relaxed. So my boyfriend is starting his carpet cleaning business. So
Shout out, boyfriend.
Big up.
So we've been freaking like. He goes out of town and he'll come back and go out of town and come back because he's starting in Prince Frederick. He's not starting here.
Okay,
So it's just a bunch of that.
that's nice though.
Man, that shit is far.
Well,
That shit
I'm
is.
saying and
like Waldorf is a flight.
You gotta take an airplane.
It's not far, but he stays over there. That's what I say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he stays like 2-3 days at a time. You know?
All right, well that makes sense.
Yeah, so
y'all gonna just be double teaming him up, honey.
Yeah.
Right.
So in
cleaning the houses.
yeah, I'm like, at the end of the day, we could power wash your driveway, clean your house, clean your carpet,
one-stop shop,
organize your stuff, purge for you, everything. So I mean, it'll be worth it in the end, but right now it sucks. So
that's that one-stop shop, honey.
That's that sacrifice right there.
I'm here for it.
That sacrifice.
Yeah, so that's all I did. I cleaned the house.
Okay, all right. Good.
I mean,
do
you start skipping me, man.
I'll
let you know ahead of time. If I blink twice, you know. If not, I did the same thing. It's gonna be they probably like, don't ask her no more. She'll say the same.
Do you have co-host discounts?
No.
Shit. See, black people.
And she said that real quick. She was like,
because the suppliers ain't got no discounts.
You sure?
Positive.
But they not your co-host though.
Whatever.
She's like, I don't know what you're
Hey,
talking
how
about
about this?
now.
Do your segment 3 times in a row and I'll get it for you.
Oh, wow.
I bet.
Well, you know I bet.
Put in coupon code, finally, damn.
And she means like really do it. It don't mean just to say some random shit. Okay? Make that clear.
Okay.
Because he's like, I did it. I said something. No.
I got it now.
No, you didn't.
I got it now.
Shout out Sheila Hawkins. How you doing, lovely?
What up,
Thank you
Sheila?
for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in.
Chill weekends all together.
My weekend, it was my honey bunch's birthday.
Yay! That turn up.
Yes, it was my baby's birthday. So Friday, I had got us tickets to see Sheila E.
That looks so fun.
Oh my God, because I've always loved Sheila E., Apollonia, Vanity, Prince, all of them. So when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for him for his birthday, we love concerts. We're always going to concerts. And I was like, oh, Sheila E. But then they were calling for snow. And typically I'd been like, I'm not going out in the snow. I don't give a damn whether it's an inch, whatever.
Thank God you actually went. You would have been pissed.
Oh, exactly. Right. Even though I did have insurance on the tickets, but I still wanted to go. Like, it was his birthday present, but it would be like a fan. And it was super amazing. Like, she looks, oh my gosh, she's like really 64 years old. And honey, she was killing it. I mean, she had on these high heels and she didn't skip a beat. Do you know that? I mean, it is so much work playing drums. Like, it is.
That's a workout.
A serious workout.
A workout wearing heels these days.
Both.
Her shoulder's probably strong as shit.
What?
Yeah.
He said her shoulders.
Not her ankles.
Nothing. Her damn shoulders. So that was Friday. And then it was like Saturday was his official birthday. And then Saturday, like I just, you know, I one thing about me is I really never talk. I never try to talk about my personal life. You know what I mean? But all I will say is that it was a pretty rough weekend. You know, it was a pretty rough weekend dealing with some family. And I will say this, and I strongly stand by it. You can literally have strangers or people that you consider your friends that will support you, have your back, and love you and be more loyal to you than your actually family that carries the same blood. I swear on life.
It's true. No,
oh my God.
Listen, my family is everything. And look, even with like, you know, the absence of my daughter's dad, my one of my good friends, she stepped up and she has basically been helping me take care of my kid. She sees my kid just as much as I see my kid. She supports my kid, whatever situation may be. So I'm here for it.
I'm telling you. And I just want to give a shout out to my honey for being there for me this weekend. And also one of my very, very good friends, Stephanie. Hopefully she's listening. And, you know, and it will, you know, it's just, it's just something else. You know what I mean? And I think the hard part about a lot of the things when you do find out about how people truly feel about you, they feel this way, and it's not even for any reason. You just being you.
It's a projection.
It's a projection.
Right. You have to. That's why I don't get bothered by much that people say, because I realize it
has nothing to do with me.
It usually never has nothing. And you gotta ask yourself, did I do something wrong this person? If the answer is no, let that shit.
Yeah, because
let it ride.
And family, unfortunately, is like that. You know, sometimes. Yeah,
they are. They truly are. And I guess it's the reason why, because, you know, people have talked about it all the time. Like, why does it seem like strangers support you more than family? And I guess it's because family kind of came from the same dynamics, the same growing up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And they might see you doing X, Y, and Z, even though, I mean, you're not saying, oh, I'm doing better than you or I'm better.
No,
you're
'cause it's still a
thinking
struggle.
that, I mean,
Yeah, that's their fault.
that's their fault.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
their fault because you can't look at me and be like, oh, you know, da 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 da. Like,
Yeah, so you got to realize that when people grow up with you, you know, it's just like the high school friends that you went to school
Yeah,
with.
yes,
You know what I mean? And you
yes.
see them now, and it's like they are reuniting with you expecting the same person
Yep.
that was
But
in high
you're not
school.
the same.
And
At all.
the people, you know, your family, they're committed to the old version of
Yep.
you. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't talk and see each other all the time.
Yeah,
And they're
exactly.
committed to the old version of you. And then when they, you know, and sometimes when you have that trauma bond, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
And
definitely.
then if you're bonded by trauma, and then if you move past that trauma, then you're showing them that they can let go of that trauma too, and they don't like that.
Yeah.
So that's
'Cause they
what it
don't see
usually
that
boils
way.
down to. So again, we're gonna file that under P, under personal ass problems.
Woo! Okay.
Transformation is done.
Hey, look, do we even have to have transformation, baby? Because I'm like, I always know nigga come with
That's
that
the
good,
truth.
good,
That's why.
good.
That's why a lot
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
bother
true.
me, because
Yeah.
a lot of people they're usually committed to the version they created.
And it,
So-
and
Right.
it normally doesn't either with me, you know what I mean? Because it really affected me. It normally doesn't even with me, but I've also granted myself permission to feel sometimes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
Because
should.
Yeah,
the strong
right.
people are always supposed to be strong.
Right.
That we're not supposed to have our moments. We're not supposed, things
you
aren't
are.
supposed to affect us, but it does
Yeah,
sometimes.
it does.
And you
it's,
have to grant
it's okay.
yourself, yes,
It's okay not to be okay.
Exactly.
You know
You
what
don't
I'm saying?
always
Yeah,
have to
I
suck it
literally
up.
told my friend today, and she was in the middle of a breakdown. I said, "Can you stop for a second?" She's like, "Well, what did I say? Put down the damn cape."
Yeah.
I said,
Right.
"Quit trying to be
Yeah.
Superwoman and just be woman
Yes.
for 2
Right.
seconds."
Yes.
Right.
You're like it's unnecessary. We
Yep.
you put it on yourself sometimes when you
Yep.
do that.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, so that was
That's
the
heavy.
weekend.
Yeah,
But
that's
you know,
heavy.
listen, I give myself if I'm gonna give myself some time, but you might get a day.
Right,
That's
yeah,
it. And then
yeah.
I'm rolling on because I got shit to do and I'm blessed and I'm happy. So
Yeah.
I'm not sitting in that.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
because
But
they got to figure it out. They got to figure it out.
period with a
Because it's a
capital
personal
P.
ass problem.
Personal ass problem.
Yeah.
Sierra said, hashtag file that under PP. Hashtag personal problem. Exactly. So are you guys excited about tonight's show? I know
Yes, I am.
Oh
Yes,
my
I am.
God, I'm so excited about
This
tonight's
ready
show.
to love business is crazy.
It
I
is.
didn't know
what I'm saying?
everybody was so like.
Oh yes, honey.
I didn't know they were fangirling. I was like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
yes,
ready
yes,
for it.
yes.
I know that they ready for it.
They
'Cause
are,
I'm
yes.
like, who is? I'm like, who is she? Because I don't watch it, but
Yeah.
at the same time, oh, you got to watch the show. So I've been trying to watch it all weekend because everybody been saying as soon as the first promotion came out, you got to watch it. It's crazy. But I remember, old boy, the date came.
Corey, yes.
was on the thing.
Yes.
So
He was funny. We should bring him back.
right. Should have had both of them, but I'm pretty
man, that
sure
would've been a good
she
time.
about to be live too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I did hear she was one of the better ones on the show.
Oh, she really was.
Yeah.
Like she was one of my favorites because I
Yeah.
gotta say, like I majority of them I was like, some of them I was like, but
Right.
I really and majority of us that actually do watch it and follow it said the same thing. They loved
Right.
Aisha. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
they
what-
loved her. You know, so. As you know, we have Aisha. I hope I'm spelling it. I'm pronouncing it right. Is it
Okay.
Finch?
Hey, cheekbones.
I think it's Finch.
Right, there you go. With cheekbone. That's right, cheekbone.
We have Aisha Finch. If I'm saying it wrong, then she's going to correct me. From the hit show OWN Network, Ready to Love. Ready to Love. She
Yeah.
is going to be in studio tonight. I am so excited. And because, you know, I know a lot of people do not celebrate Valentine's Day. But, you know,
Oh.
we're going to talk
That's
about
right.
love because
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
makes the world go round.
Relationship and
What is
dating.
there without love?
Yes, you need love. You need love.
Makes the world go around.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
hopeless
Love on
romance.
a two-way street. That's right. All of that good shit.
But you know, the funny part is like, no, honestly, truly, love. Because even we're gonna tackle love, and one of the questions that I want to talk about is, do we love ourselves?
Yes.
Because
That's the
we
big-
cannot love anyone or even accept anyone's love if we do not love ourselves. So we're not just talking about romantic love. We want to talk about love in general. You know what I mean? Some of the questions, you know. is it necessary to even have love in order to keep a relationship going? You know what I mean? Like, we really want to tackle, because, you know, sometimes what love got to do with it? What they say?
Exactly. What love got to do with it?
Got to do with it?
Technically, I don't really think it has something to do with it, but it's a very small percentage.
It's not the baby that's gonna keep it together.
Right? Nah.
It's not the glue
At all. Because there's no such thing as unconditional.
No.
You barely love yourself unconditionally.
You better have conditions.
Honey, baby. Well, listen, that's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is take a quick break. And when we come back, guys, we have your favorite segment, Trapspirations. And then we're going to get into this topic. And then we're going to have the beautiful Aisha joining us from Ready to Love. So do not go anywhere. Grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, but do not go anywhere. You're live on the Miss O Show with Swangin' and Nina.
Looks like you lost another one.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
He puts more effort
Wait a minute,
into
hold
it
up.
every single
Nah,
time.
because we had something planned in the back. What's love got to do? Got to do with it.
Hey, look at
what's
Barry B.
love got second-hand emotion. Listen, man, that's some hot shit, yo. That's what we was rocking to.
I think he's been practicing.
He has. He been waiting his
He's been
entire life.
practicing the vocals, okay?
A little bit. Like I said, you know.
Entire life.
I think
I can do a little something. I can do a little something.
And bringing us back on. I think he's
There you
been
go.
practicing that.
That's why we don't even say that.
That's why I was in the house. That's why I was in the house all weekend. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and hold this remote control and just sing into it all weekend long. That's what I did all weekend.
That actually
Okay.
sounds
Pause.
like a good time.
Right?
Hold
yeah.
the remote. Yes, it do.
Yeah.
It sounds real good.
See, I'm here for you. I got you.
Maybe
There
not
you
the
go.
way you
That's
were
a lot.
describing it. But
Right?
See,
Because I knew as soon as I
was trying to be the mature party. I tried, Barry B.
yeah, you did.
For
yeah,
once,
you
I
did.
had your back.
You sure
I'm
did.
talking about for me.
Miss
How I
Miss
feel
Oak,
about
okay.
I get it, but
Listen,
I'm telling you.
just because you got a fiancé or whatever you
Okay,
call it now,
finance. We're talking about my finances. Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of mic holding nowadays. Probably even more so
Well,
than
it had
before.
to be, whatever. That's another conversation for another day.
Well, it's
Singing
all
in a
about
raindrop.
love, right? Miss Ovia and that joint turned the water off and shit.
Lord. Oh
That's
my
what you're supposed to
God.
do.
Oh, we're going into Fluid February too, aren't we?
We are. We should celebrate every show.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wait.
Debut the new
Celebrate.
fluid.
Need to celebrate.
Are we still good? Because let me see. I got a text that they said they can't see us.
Uh-oh.
I see us.
You see? We on?
Technical. Nah, we on. What's going on? Y'all here? Somebody say hey. Somebody say ho.
Yes.
Hey.
Go in the
Sound.
comments and
What's
let us
going
know.
on?
And make sure you can see us. Because we getting ready to get into, like I said, our favorite segment of the night, Transpiration.
Transpiration life hacks from your favorite Ratchet's life coach and ow.
Oh, that was dry.
Excuse me, it was eloquent.
First of all,
First of all, I'm trying to refine myself.
oh, let's check.
Anyway, yes, today we are going to give you some handy dandy rules. An Earth survival guide is what we're going to call it.
Ooh, I need
A
that.
how-to guide on how to survive this shithole planet.
Good Lord.
There you go.
I might need to pull out my daggone my pad. Damn
All
it.
right, so I have to put on my, that's another reason why, because I have to caveat into my infomercial voice. So you find yourself living on Earth and you're having a bad time. No worries.
Oh my God.
I have the answer. Today, I will present a quick mindset cheat sheet on how to survive this shithole planet in 7 easy rules.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yay.
So, we're going to get straight into it. Rule number 1.
Number 1.
Create your own belief system and stand on it.
Yes.
If the idea wasn't created by you, act on your right to question it. Question it until it makes complete sense to you. You are under no obligation to bind yourself to belief systems that do not align with your source self. You are not crazy or disobedient for asking questions for clarification. So many people are beating themselves up over not complying with beliefs they didn't even create nor make total sense to them. Yes, I know. Let that marinate. Because let's be real, ideas and beliefs are like trash. We only keep the things we can use, all others should be thrown away.
Yes.
Have the audacity to challenge what doesn't sit right for you until you find what aligns with you. If it doesn't make you feel happy and complete, keep exploring until you find something that does. Create your own system of beliefs based on who you are. No one else but you has to agree or approve what you need for you. You are the ultimate creator of your reality. Create something beautiful.
That's right.
This is a great intro to rule number 2.
Number 2.
Thank you for that. Y'all support me so much. Rule number 2. Always remember that your reality consists solely of what you entertain. This is for you. Entertain dope shit. The biggest factor of why this planet is raggedy is the amount of distractions. We encounter hundreds of distractions, in some cases 1,000 distractions a day. Yeah. Many of them are in place with the sole purpose of distracting you. Learn to ignore those distractions and only mentally consume things that you would choose to be your reality. For instance, if you could see those things actually sitting in front of you, if you would not put your hand out and choose it, don't add it to your reality.
That's right.
Wow. Things like social media, mass media, news, etc., and sometimes people are filled with negativity in various forms. You do not have to internalize these things or even engage with them in the first place. Learn to be okay creating a bubble and staying blissfully ignorant to bullshit. If being aware means sacrificing your peace, your energy budget can't afford it. Now, remember when I talked about that debit card analogy? If you have your debit card, your energy is your debit card. If you swipe it and get nothing in return, put your damn card back.
That's right. That's right.
This applies to people, places, and things. If you cannot swipe your energy card and get something in return, snatch your card back and use it on things that move you.
Yes.
Rule number 3. Find your light switch. Norman Cousins once said that the tragedy of life is not death, but what we let die inside what we let die inside while we live. Sometimes the fall to our dark space is a gradual and slow one. We typically spend a majority of our lives doing what we have to do and never making time for what we want to do. We get so lost in everyday mundane tasks that misery is normalized reality. Then the next thing you know, we find ourselves in a dark space with no clue how to get out because we have normalized misery so much we didn't realize we were calling in the hole in the first place.
Wow.
This does not have to be life. Everyone has something that makes them instantly happy, makes them effortlessly happy. Find that thing. Yes. Make time for that thing and do it often. Get to know yourself to understand what things bring you unspeakable joy and make it your light switch. When you find yourself in that dark space, flip the light switch on, at least to help you regain functionality. Because let's be real, sometimes functionality is lit. Which brings me to number 4.
Number 4.
Rule number 4, acknowledge all process, celebrate all wins, unapologetically.
Yes.
Now,
That's that titty shit right there. That's that titty shit right there.
heavy on the unapologetically, okay? So for people who do not know me, I am that friend. I am that friend that will send you 5 dramatic emoji messages when you tell me you remember to bathe today. I will scream yes loudly through the phone because you told me that you saved $40. It's not because I'm dramatic. Well, I am, but that's a topic for another day. I do so because I am acknowledging your progress. I recognize that you had to conquer a 2-week depression spell to have a clear mind enough to brush your teeth.
Wow.
I wholeheartedly understand that having the mere intent to save money required you to break at least one generational curse stemming from decades and even centuries of bad decisions.
That's right.
Wow, yes.
You can't get great things until you unlearn the bad things. Mm-hmm. You are a bigger deal than you think. Be a me to yourself and to everyone around you. Acknowledge all progress and celebrate all wins, no matter how big or small, because you had to lose in several things before you win in one. Be proud of you always. With that said, let's jump to number 5.
Number 5.
Rule number 5, cancel failure. That's it. That's the step. Cancel failure.
Cancel.
You failed. Now, how does hearing that you failed make you feel? This is the actual question. How do you feel when someone told you failed? Or you tell you failed?
I mean, I don't really.
Yeah,
I don't know because I don't really say that I failed. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
But if somebody else told you failed,
like if I didn't get a job that I wanted, I won't look at that as failure. That's just the opportunity hasn't presented itself.
Yeah, it wasn't for you.
But it's how you take it, though.
Yeah,
and it's also how you say it, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're like, you're a failure.
Yeah, anytime somebody says, even if you take a test, right? And you know how sometimes you take a test and like those digital tests, and as soon as you just like failed, you're like, oh,
Right.
Yeah, you
Like,
can do it harder.
Yeah.
When they say, okay, you didn't successfully complete this versus a big failure, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So what do we really gain by saying we failed? Absolutely nothing. In my opinion, you don't gain a damn thing. The word failure when referring to life is a wasted term. It doesn't make us feel good or truly motivate us to want to try again. We don't fail. We only get opportunities to try again with more experience.
Yes.
Then we hear the saying all the time, you only fail when you quit. We usually quit if something no longer serving us in some way. We try something with a set of expectations and chose not to do it anymore because the expectations we had were not getting met in some way. Whether anyone feels like a reason for quitting is right or wrong, we need to understand that quitting as a whole is not always a bad thing. I personally would rather you quit than force yourself to submit to something that doesn't serve you. I am in no way saying give up on everything. I'm merely asking you to change your language.
There you go.
Everything works in its divine timing. Trust the hell out of that.
Yes.
Focus entirely on what the divine version of you wants and complete the earthly steps to get you there. Because you can want it all you want in your divine spirit, but unless you actually do some shit, you're not going to get it.
At all. There you go.
You deserve everything you're asking for. And with that said again, now it's time for rule number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6, embrace existing before you begin living. Society has this narrative that we need to be all these things and accomplish groundbreaking things from the time that we leave high school. Things they tell you is you must have a high salary job. You must possess all these luxury things. And you must complete all these exciting and sometimes exotic things. They tell you that you should be doing these things and have it all planned out before you even leave high school. Hell, kids are going to go see colleges in 3rd grade now.
Oh, my God.
Frankly, I feel like it's all crap.
I agree. I totally
We need
agree.
to learn to exist healthily,
Yes.
you want to say it first.
Yeah.
We need to first learn who we are and what we stand for, then create a life of living that is tailored around the things we learn while existing. Learn to be okay with accepting who you are and loving your contribution to this world, no matter how small it is. I don't care what they tell you. Everyone is not meant to change the world in the same way. If everyone was meant to be the pilot, that would remove the need for the plane. The true worth is not defined by outside sources. You are always worthy of everything your heart desires, and if that desire seems small, that is perfectly okay. You might be making a bigger difference than you think. Focus on learning in a healthy way and live by the way that you have defined your life.
Yes.
Now, finally, this one's my favorite one. Rule number 7.
Number 7.
Use your lifelines. In the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, when you don't know the answer to a question, they offer you 3 lifelines.
Yes.
Ask the audience, 50-50, and phone a friend. These options are in place after a contestant has made progress but somehow got stuck along the way. Many times it's not because they just don't know the answer. Sometimes they know the answer deep down, but they are doubting themselves.
Yes, that
Sometimes
part.
they feel more than one answer is right and just need a subtle hint.
Yes,
Either way,
definitely.
those lifelines are created to help them win. I am certain you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
When you are making progress in life and you find yourself at a stopping point, use your lifelines. So let's break it down. Ask the audience. Do some research with the internet or trust it. I repeat, trust it.
There you go.
People around you
Trusting.
and see what they have done. Ask them their advice or simply ask them to vent and get it off your chest so you can make a decision from a clear mind. However, be cautioned. Remember what I said about information. Information is like trash. Only recycle what you can use and throw the rest away. Seek advice and vent from like-minded people who have your best interests at heart.
Emphasis on like-minded and best interests.
Heavy on the like-minded, heavy on the
I mean, emphasis.
And if what they say doesn't align with who you are allowed to throw it away and don't feel bad about it.
Yes, unapologetically.
50-50. This is one that people usually use when they are pretty sure of the answer they need, but the doubt is clouding their vision. Remember, talked about before about checking your lens. Mm-hmm. Check your lens. And if you understand that you have some doubt clouding your vision, it's okay. Break it down. Narrow down your options by breaking down the issue and seeing the foundation of the problem. Most of the time, once you do this, you realize the problem is not as bad as you think. To give an example, me as an entrepreneur, I kind of jumped out on this shit kind of reckless, right? That means I have money issues all the time. So the way that I continue to be an entrepreneur is that if I have a money issue, I don't go off and say that I'm broke and blah, blah, blah. I go down and I break it down and I say, okay, I need $300. I have this many streams to make $300.
Right.
I had it the other day. I said, okay, if I just sell this many bottles of this and that, and I can solve the problem. It's a lot less stressful than me saying I need money.
Yeah.
So just break it down into something that makes more sense. Because once we usually remove the lens of anxiety, doubt, and fear, the solution is merely accomplished in easy tasks.
Mm-hmm.
Last but certainly not least, phone a friend. And in this case, I'm not talking about the homie. Therapy is your friend.
That's right.
Especially if you suffer from mental illness.
Right.
We need to remove the stigma that is therapy. Yeah. You do not have to be crazy to see a therapist. The real requirement is being human. We are fragile, flawed creatures. Needing help is not just common, it's empowering. Now, I said that last one with the caveat. We all know that everything that has been happening for the last 2 weeks, so let's get on a serious note. I gave you a quick survival guide on how to survive this shithole planet, but let's remember, it is indeed a shithole planet. Yeah. People are fighting real battles, and people are somehow getting, lost, and people are taking their lives. Now, you've heard the rules, but I want to say this. If you feel like you are unable to survive this planet in any way, please get help. Phone a friend immediately.
Definitely.
Facts.
I'm going to say that again. Phone a friend immediately. And if you feel that you are in danger, please call the suicide hotline, 1-800-273-8255. I'm going to say that again. Call the suicide hotline, 1-800-273-8255, because you have survived all of your worst days. So let's get help to add to the count.
Yes.
There you go. Listen, go ahead and touch the titty. Go ahead and touch the titty.
Touch the goddamn titty. That's ridiculous.
He's petty.
Oh my God, I gave you the titty. I can't even touch it. You just stingy.
My titty, goddammit.
He's so stingy. Look, I'm getting ready to touch the titty.
Is he disrespectful?
Oh God.
But yes, man, another dope ass
thank you. And Transformations is live every single Monday. So listen, without further ado, we're going to take a quick break because people want to see Aisha. It's in the comments. Cheryl was like, is Aisha going to be on? She like, I like what y'all saying and everything, but I tuned in because I want to hear Aisha. So get off there and bring Aisha on, okay? That's what she said. So listen, I know all y'all want to see her and talk to her, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to take a very quick, I'm talking super 3-minute quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have the beautiful Aisha sitting right here with us. So do not go anywhere. We will be right back, guys.
Yay.
You be the judge.
gotta ease up on you.
You just can't.
What's up, y'all? Tommy Miles here, and I'm back at it. Getting ready to help some more singles make meaningful connections. And this time, it's all about location, location, location. That's right. I'm here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. You're about to meet 20 of Chocolate City's finest singles. They're coming together to find that authentic connection that can turn a spark into a flame.
Love in Chocolate City.
Love in Chocolate City.
I just love the rose, how you get them in there enclosed, and then over time, they just open up.
I want you to move around and get to know everybody while you have the chance. Because tonight, 2 people will be going home.
How you feel about dating a boss?
I'm with it, shoot.
You just have to embrace it. Yeah, and to touch something else, too.
For the first time in Ready to Love history, we are adding 2 sexy singles to this process.
Well, hello, chocolate.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. And it's not, and I'm not gonna stay there for that. The conversations I'm having with him, he's telling me that I'm the main one.
You lied about different things to different women. I'm done.
No, that means that you're not ready.
It's called ready to love, not confused as.
And that sounds very hater.
Right, shit. I don't even know if the welcome back is needed over that juice right there. God damn.
Gracious.
Look, listen, I got some catching up to do. That's all I know. I got some goddamn catching up to do.
Now you
that shit right there. Listen, I saw the reunion. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
You gotta see the magical ending.
Everything.
Yeah,
You gotta see the whole journey. Well, welcome back since Barry Beige is over here. He done lost all
the drama had me captured, man.
One job.
Welcome back. God damn it. Shit.
Hot mess.
Listen, don't put on something so intriguing then. You know what I'm saying?
But the great thing about it is we put something on very intriguing, but we have this beautiful woman with us. So, I mean, listen. We have Aisha Finch in the house. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me. This is such a great experience.
And she just is pretty. Oh my God.
I keep switching it up. I give you a blonde and I give you a bald. I give you a black bald.
I am so here for it.
It's like, who's she gonna come in today? But
that means Dante get all different type of people. He ain't gotta worry about wanting different women.
He don't. I always say like, cause listen, and I'm a Gemini, so that's the personality. I'm a Gemini, so that's the personality you get. But I'm like, why you need to go look at anybody? Just tell me who you want me to be today. Just tell me.
Now, do they have names? Do everybody have names?
Yes, everybody has names.
Okay, now I don't feel so bad. My girlfriend last night.
I want to know what the name is today.
This one I call her Stacy, so she's just like, yeah, she's like,
now my little short one is Kenzie, so I love it. At least I know my girlfriend was like crazy.
Because Stacy is just like, Stacy is proper, she's clean, she's cut, she sits up correctly.
Yes. She's fly. She's fly.
She shops on Fifth Avenue.
Yes, I love it. Oh my God. Well, listen, tell us who you are. I mean, believe it or not, there's some people that may have been under a rock and do not know. So just tell the Miss O listeners who you are.
So I am Aisha, and I was on the season 4 of Ready to Love, DC, and I made it to the end with the lovely Dante, with the handsome Dante.
Yes! Honey, you back. You back.
You back. It seems like y'all was ready to love that.
Oh
you
my God, was he? Like, look
it.
at how yummy he is. Like, he's so yummy.
Y'all get y'all sexy on.
Look at
I love it, man. I love it. I am
bald, beard, and yummy.
Oh, she is so gushy. Oh, I love it too, honey. She is gushy.
She is.
And you know what I love about this? Because I have watched every season. My girlfriends and I, we've watched every single season. And, I mean, I may know of maybe one that actually had a couple, and then they formed it, and they were still together. But, I mean, it's so... but they didn't even They weren't together on the show.
Out of the franchise, who made it to the end and still together.
But they didn't make it to the end and was still together. What happened was they came together after it.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'm talking about is her name Simone?
Okay. Oh yeah, Simone and Rashid.
And Rashid.
Yeah.
But they didn't make it to the end together.
I've never watched the show until I got on the show.
Okay.
So I was wondering the same thing. Like, I wanted to know out of the franchise who made it to the end and
That's
stayed together.
I don't believe there is. That's why it's so exciting to see you and Dante still like together, and that you guys really had a connection. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
So how? Okay, so to start over, because of course we have so many questions. How did you go? I mean, did they find you? Did you audition?
No, so a girlfriend of mine, she tried out.
Okay.
And they didn't accept her, so she sent it to me.
Okay.
And she just kept saying, I feel like you have the look, I feel like you have the flair for this, and the spirit is like riding me and telling me it's for you. And I'm like, people who know me know I don't watch TV.
Right.
Especially reality TV. So that's not my thing. Like, in my shop, I have a television, but it's for my clients. So that's where I'll get it if I'm watching it, if anything. But in my home, I don't have one in my bedroom or anything.
Wow.
So, I was just like, girl, no, I'm not watching. I don't watch reality TV, and I'm not gonna be on that. And I'm like, and out of the 1,000 women that's going to apply, why would they choose me? And she's like, are you freaking me? Like,
we're not.
She's like, girl, are you shitting me? Like, you're dope. And I was just like, oh, thank you, friend. And then she sent it to me again, like, did you do it? And I'm like, no. She's like, please do it. And then by the third time of her urging me, I'm like, I'm gonna just humor her. And I did it, and then I got the call like the next day, like the day after.
Wow. So did she get on her flowers for that?
Yes, I definitely. I was like, thank you, because she didn't have to. Like, you definitely didn't have to. You definitely didn't have to.
And it wasn't even just about you going on the show. You fell in love.
Yes.
So you really congratulate your girlfriend. Like,
because a lot of my friends know, like, I deserve to have this part of my life. Like, they like, you've done the freaking work. Like, girl, like, get this. This belongs to you. This part belongs to you because you did the work. And I'm like, I did.
And it was your time.
And it was my time.
You gotta step outside your box.
Yeah. There you go.
And that was the part too, because I'm like, all right, so if I'm gonna do this, maybe it's for a reason that is telling her to give it to me. So you just go up there, Aisha, you show up, and you show out, and you show who you really are. And then, like I always say in every interview, either you like it, love it, or leave me alone.
That part. That part.
So what was it about do you think about your personality that made them choose you for the show?
They said I was really raw.
I got that. I mean, I definitely got it, and I loved it.
And my round tables, the producer just was like, you are just like, I never met a you. which a lot of people say, like, I never met a you. Like, I never met a you. And I mean, I think that's a big compliment.
I was about to say, but I would take that as a compliment. Yeah.
So that means that I am genuine and I'm authentic to who I am. And that is my biggest mission in this world. Like, I just want to show up and be authentic. I just want to show up as love.
Yeah.
Like, I was hearing your segment, and I say that all the time. Therapy. 2, therapy. 3, therapy. 4, therapy. 5, therapy. You gotta work through it, right? So you can be the best version of you. Because if you can't do it by yourself, phone a friend and phone that therapist with a trained ear to help you get through it. You cannot do this thing called life by yourself. This thing called life will life the hell out of you. Life is gonna life, right?
It will definitely.
Well, not life without you worrying about if you're gonna be here today or tomorrow. Life is gonna continue to life. So you have to show up in this process, and you're gonna roll with the punches. You're gonna move through it. And I always tell people, no matter what you're going through, you have to say, okay, whatever my hardship is, go through the motions, but do not unpack there. Do not unpack there.
Love that.
Don't set up shop.
Like,
don't set your shop up. Don't put up for sales, open signs saying how open house. Do not do that, because then you invite the vultures. You invite the misery. You invite the depression. You invite all of those things because you set up shop. So now what they say, build it and they will come. So if you build that house of depression, they're gonna come.
Absolutely.
So it's you choose the house you're gonna build. I'm gonna build a house of misery, or I'm gonna build a house of love, and I choose to build my house of love, brick by brick.
Period. I'm gonna say, if you don't
that's
We're gonna take take that titty away from you, Dad. That was. So you got on the show. How was your experience? Like, I mean, because of course we see what we see and whatever they show us and how it all comes together. But, you know, you seem like a very spiritual person, you know, very grounded and positive, love. I mean, going in that type of environment, you know, where it seems like it's competitive and all of that, like, how were you able to go in there and still, I mean, because you made it all the way to the end. So you had to go through that for a while.
Yes, and it was 10 weeks of a lot. I mean, as you guys saw it play before you guys' eyes, the ups and downs, you know, aside from just connections and trying to make your connections stick, you then have to deal with the antics of the other people. So it's then this competitive nature comes in, and not on my part with other people. Right. So then you're not in control of your environment, you're only in control of yourself. So that's what I had to keep reminding myself, like, you are who you are, go through this process, you are here for a reason. Right. And I say it again and again, my only reason for being there is one, either to find love, or two, at the very most, I'm going to show up as authentic as I am and show this world what a black healed woman looks like. Period. So I'm going to say it. People going to be like, how many times you going to say that? I'm going to say it until I'm blue in my face. Because I need us to be represented properly.
Yes. Because you don't see enough of that on reality shows.
The black healed woman. Not just the black woman.
Because you got to put that in there.
You have to. You have to. You don't. You see bitterness, and then they glorify the bitterness.
They do.
You see cattiness, and they glorify it.
They do.
And it's like they don't get the healing part of a black woman in her journey, and so no one associates her with somebody who's vulnerable and soft.
That's right.
And then everybody thinks vulnerability is weakness, and that's the biggest strength you can possess if you're able to open up yourself to someone and say, this is what I've been through, and all I've been through, I'm still here. Yes. Everybody is going to put some mask on. Everybody want to show what their representative. When that representative check out, then you're at home, and as we see what happened in the news recently, people are taking their lives because they can't. The representative can't stand for so long. Right. They have to clock out after a while.
It is.
You understand?
A certain amount of time.
And it's like, only how long could you put on a face for other people? Right. And I decided that even after I left my marriage, that the mask comes off.
That's the real strength, right there.
That's the strength. That's the moment. Hey, this is what happened to me. Guess what? And I know it happened to you or somebody you may know, and they probably didn't have the courage to say it, but I'm going to have the courage to say it for all of us.
It's so important.
It is extremely important.
I live by that. People always say, oh, why are you telling all your business? I'm not telling my business. I'm just telling what I've been through so I can normalize it for somebody else.
Right. Listen, when I wrote my book, it was hard. I remember crying when I published it. Because I was like, I didn't put it all out there, but I wanted to tell it because it was a part of me. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't want to just show all the great. I want you to know where I came from and what I came through in order to be where I'm at, because people need to hear that part too.
And that's I've been writing my book for the last 7 years, and it's just a notepad, just a bunch of scribbles and a bunch of inserts of poems and like it's just jumbled all over the place. And I'm like, I'm just gonna publish this just for me.
And you should.
And then and now I'm being on this platform and people are like, no, we want to read it too. And I'm like, you do?
No, we do want to read it. We definitely want to read it.
So you never know how your 360 comes back.
And it always does.
It does. It
comes back. You're put where you're supposed to be put.
Yeah, your story can inspire, whomever.
Oh, 100%. 100%. So I'm just curious to know, because I mean, like, watching this show, I know the concept of it, but it has got to be pretty hard to make connections with someone, and you're vibing with this person and you're feeling this person, but you also know that because you're on this show that you should be trying to talk to other people, trying to connect with other people, and they're also going to be doing the same. Like, how was you able to move to that? Because that is
but that's life.
I mean, but you don't see it play out though. I mean, you see it behind the scenes, but you're not in the same room with everybody.
But it's I feel like if we're all real with each other, we understand that when we meet a man at a bar on the street and he texts you good night, he's texting 5 other women good night.
100%. 100%.
So just realistic. Yes. So you just in the rotation, you know. So the only thing we're ready to love The only thing with Ready to Love is it's right in your face.
You see it.
You just get to see it, and I prefer to see it.
Wow.
You know, so for me it made sense, and I gave the men that I was interested in that was courting me the opportunity to explore their options.
And you really did.
Right.
I mean, you were just so graceful.
Yes,
I
explore
swear.
your options. See what makes you tick. See what you like.
You
See
were
what makes you.
just so
Because my
graceful.
thing was, I want you to be on the phone with me, and I want to see how. It's a difference between being on the phone and being on the phone.
Exactly. Yes.
It's a big
Huge
difference. Are you on the phone or are you on the phone?
Right.
Are you hang
Right.
up? No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
Yeah.
No, you hang up.
That's being on the phone.
That's being on the phone. You know. So I needed them to get to that space, and remember, this is speed dating on crack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
So,
really is.
You
It
gotta
really
let them
is.
really explore that gut feeling so they
Yeah.
can know what is true or not, so that when they leave the process with you,
Right.
they can still work on that gut feeling.
100%.
And that shows your level of confidence too. 'Cause you have to have a level
Mm-hmm.
of
Oh,
confidence.
100%.
Because even if you're in the dating world, you have to. We all know. We try to tell ourselves it's not true. We all know they're talking to other people. But you have to kind of be okay with it because you
Yeah.
know you're
Yeah.
enough. You're more than enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can go, like I used to tell him, like my boyfriend, I was like, you can go do whatever you got to do. You'll be back.
Right?
And what do you
Yeah.
do? He came back. When we were
There you
dating,
go.
I was like, yeah, I know you got. I'm not done, but you'll be back.
Yeah.
Just I'll wait.
But
So,
it's also the knowing that you can't make people do nothing they don't want to
Right.
do.
No, 100%. And they're going to do what they
They're
want
gonna want to do what they want to. It's the
period.
integrity of that person that will keep them
Exactly, the
faithful to you.
character of them.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do
It
with
has
you.
nothing to do with you.
It really
has
doesn't.
nothing.
You can try to fix them their favorite food. You can try to
anything.
pretty
It don't matter how
None
much
of
I
that
cook,
doesn't matter,
and I
no.
cook that man some good vegan food. But he gonna do what he gonna do if he want to do it.
Yeah.
His integrity as a man is gonna keep him faithful and loyal to me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's what I want. I don't want you to do nothing for me. Do it for yourself first.
Right.
Right.
So I know it's true.
yeah, no, I agree.
So on the show, there's a lot of different personalities on there, of course.
There's some people
how
with 4
did-
personalities and then one
Ooh,
person.
child, yes,
Right,
okay.
So I believe I don't let anyone actually come into my space to bother my peace. I'm assuming you're kind of the same way, but certain people on that show had to be irritating as hell.
To say the very
You know what I'm saying? Like how did you move past that? Because everybody got a breaking point too.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think you guys witnessed my breaking point.
Yes.
At
Yes.
the dinner table, I think you witnessed my
Yes.
breaking point. And I think it wasn't necessarily a breaking point, but enough is enough.
Right.
So
right.
I had to address it, and
Right.
regardless of how it looked to anyone, this had to be addressed, and this had to stop.
Right.
And if I'm going to be the one to do it, okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. I think I'm built for this. So let's go.
Turn into a mafioso real quick.
Hey,
Let's
you
go.
hear that? You hear that, New Yorker? No, okay.
But I think you do have to be grounded, and I stayed very grounded because even
Yeah.
in that moment, I
Yeah.
still was in control of me. I
Yeah.
still was in
You could
control
tell
of who
that.
I was.
You could tell that,
I
definitely.
definitely was in control of my emotions. I didn't jump up. I was led up.
Yeah.
And I was okay with the voices being raised, but it's what's happening needs to be addressed, and I was going to address it.
No, and I really, I mean, I commended you for that because there were so many times I wanted to go through that television.
Everybody been saying
I was like, oh my God.
Everybody texts me and says that they all like.
I was like, oh my God.
Everybody texts me like, and I get random DMs like, "Girl, I got your back. I don't know you, but just tell me when."
Tell me.
And I'm like,
when.
dang, you guys love me like that. You love me like that.
So, guys, we have Aisha on the show. If you want to call in and you have questions for her, give us a call, 301-232-5700. Give us a call if you have any questions for her, or hit us on the chat and Facebook Live as well.
Yo. Man, I don't know. I'm going to have to start watching. I watched the reunion, but I have a friend of mine who's kind of into that industry, so he's been telling me probably for like a year and a half, just watch the show. It's crazy. It's in D.C., so you should support
Yeah.
the city in itself.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check it out.
It's definitely, when I had to binge watch to understand what the franchise stood for, I was like, this is a really dope show.
Oh, it is.
I was just like, wow,
and
this
I've liked
is dope.
all the different seasons in the different places because they've been in Atlanta, they've been in Texas, Houston, or whatever, and now they're here in DC. So, is there anything that you regret about going on the show?
Nothing. I don't never live in regrets.
Good.
So it's like it happened. We here. Now what?
Yeah.
We're gonna wreck our brain to figure out what could I have done different. Nobody has. This is not Back to the Future, so I cannot go back in time. So I'm going to just be like, listen, learning experience, learning lesson. Let's put that a chapter in the book and keep it pushing. That's it. And I mean, at the end of the day, I walked away with a great man. So what regrets could I possibly have?
So what made him great? What made him stand out over the other ones?
Because he took his time with me too. We took our time with each other. This was a slow simmer.
Right.
This wasn't a turn it up on high. This was on number one and let it click, 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 click until the water was ready to boil you. And then I think that's what made all the flavoring so much better. You know, it's like take the time to cook that rice. Don't rush it. You know,
and that's how majority of good relationships happen. Like when people always think you need to have that automatic instant flames, fireworks, that microwave. Oh, I love you too. Oh my God, you're my everything.
Because we live in a microwave world.
Yeah,
we live in a microwave where everybody wants instant gratification.
Definitely.
I mean, even the feedback on the show. This is moving too slow. I'm sick of this. What's happening? Nobody likes each other because they was looking for people to be tonguing each other down and feeling on each other. I know I wanted my booty to get rubbed, but I wanted to be get rubbed by the man who deserved to rub my booty. I wasn't finna let everybody's son rub on my booty. And just Dante had made me be so comfortable in a space with him that massage and him, he has this amazing masculine energy, and he has a calm and present at the same time.
Right.
He's just so soft with me and gentle with me. At the same time, his authoritative stance is just there, like I'm a man, and I'm like.
See, that's what I was trying to get to. The question right here.
Like, I know you a man.
Like, all right, baby. All that.
Yes.
You got it.
And that's what I like about him.
That's
It's like he's a man's man, but he's very, very gentle with me.
I love it. I love it.
I love the good shit.
I
gotta stop. No,
watching the franchise is really good to see that.
Yeah.
You know, it really is, because I mean, beyond the one I had said, I don't know of any of them that actually, even if they made it to the end, they weren't still together now.
And we gotta learn to love out loud. It's okay to do that.
It is okay.
It's okay to
celebrate it and to say it.
To say it and say I want it. So many people, I don't want. Oh, they're good for them, but it ain't for me. No, it's good for you too. We can speak that we want those things. We can speak that we want marriage. We can speak that we want abundance in wealth, health, and in love.
Oh yeah.
We can speak those things out loud. We have to stop believing those things just to ourselves. How could the universe, cultivate that for you if you keep that silent?
100%.
It's the power of the tongue, baby, and then you gotta speak it and then work with the action behind it.
Definitely. So one more question, because we're going to take a break, and when we take a break, we're going to still have you with us. But what was one of the biggest things that you feel that you took away from being on the show?
My biggest takeaway was just what I've been always standing with is just be authentic, guys.
Yeah.
I always say it's my favorite line. Don't put no stank on it.
Yeah.
You gotta put some stank on it.
Nah, don't put no stank. There's no stank required.
No stank required when you be yourself.
When you be yourself. Like, you don't have to stank up the joint with nothing. So that's the biggest takeaway is just who you are, people. One thing about black people, we can smell bull.
Oh, 100%.
So you come with this fakeness, they gonna see through it.
100%.
So, don't manipulate the audience. Don't manipulate other people. Just be authentic.
I love it. I'm here for it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm gonna say one name in Camille. Listen, y'all know I had to leave you on a cliffhanger, but y'all won't make sure you go anywhere, okay? I know y'all not gonna go anywhere. We're gonna take a very, 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 very quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk, and we're gonna get into some juicy juice, all right? So do not go anywhere. You allow
juicy juicy.
The Miss Show is swinging in it. Aisha.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Take it on out. Dante in the house. Dante in the house.
Dante in the house. Sorry, baby.
Dante in the
Surprises on the Miss O show. Yes.
That's right.
You know we could not talk to Aisha while she over here gushing and not bring her man on here.
Right.
Okay.
The whole team up there over here right now.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you all for having me. What's up, good people? Hope everybody's doing well out there.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Look, I'm smiling just as hard as she is. I'm like, I just love it. Like, they're
Black
so
love,
cute.
goddamn. Black love.
I be like trying not to on my teeth.
Because you feel like you can genuinely feel the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like you can feel the energy, and she's just so like gushy.
Her eyes is closed. That's how high her cheeks
She was so like, oh, what is you talking like this?
Baby.
Black love, man. It gets you every time.
I understand.
Don't try to do that to me. Don't act like this man. Don't be pressed about me.
Listen. Let that man enjoy that smile.
No,
all them blushes right there.
I definitely always tell him how good he makes me feel.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I gotta feel the energy.
Hey, Brian, you got some condoms over there? They need a room real quick.
Baby, that's the city.
Titty real quick. Go ahead and titty. Everybody hit titty. Everybody on the titty right now.
Oh,
man.
So Dante, tell us a little bit about you, how you were on the show, and because again, for people that are tuning in that may have not watched the show, Dante was also on the show, and these two found love on Ready to Love. So tell us a little bit how your experience was on Ready to Love.
You know,
It
was definitely, brand new. Coming in, you didn't know what to expect, what the lady was gonna be like, what the guys was gonna be like, if the guys was gonna be like hating on you and like, yo, that's my girl, or So signing up for it was I didn't even know what the show was about.
Oh, really?
I never watched the show.
Did you just see like a casting or something?
Yes, somebody text me a casting. I looked at it and was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to do that. Like,
right.
And I said, you know what, you should do it. I was like, I pictured 3 things about me. Next thing you know, they hit me back and they're like, yeah, we want you to be on the show. And so I did get to see a little bit of the Houston season. So I was like, all right, this is like a show. Like,
Right.
like they got this is a whole season. Like, like it's like a whole. I was like, man, like, this is dope. Like, you know what? I'm up for it. And I didn't watch it until like midway toward the application process, where I knew I was actually going to be on the show.
Wow. Okay.
And then coming in the mansion mixture, I'm like, okay, who's that young woman over there in the red dress and the blonde
she
hair?
had presence, honey. She had
She definitely. I didn't see her at first.
Honey.
I didn't see her at first.
She had presence.
I met Shiloh. I saw Mumin. I saw a couple other ladies, and then she was talking to somebody, but she kind of came through like a little prissy. And I was like,
as making her presence.
You know, my neck didn't break, but you know, I was like, you know, you didn't let on there. You got a what's going on over here?
That hurt me, so I give a whiplash, right? Whiplash. That thing broke.
Definitely a humbling experience. You know, it exposes like what dating really is like.
Yeah.
When you're not able to see through the wall and see, you know, be on the phone calls and see somebody you're interested in actually talking to somebody else. But that happens. Like that happens. So. It was fun, eye-opening. I learned a lot about other people, learned a lot about myself. So I'm actually grateful I actually did it. You know,
awesome.
And then I met just little Bronx bombshell over here, little Bronx bay over here.
You ready to love, so you can't get no better than that.
Sounds so divine because neither one of them really checking for it. Just kind of just happy.
And I think that a lot of the cast, some of us didn't know about the show, and then some did.
Okay.
So some of them like, no, this is my favorite show. Like I was like, I tried out, and then some of us was like, I never heard of it. Somebody sent it to me.
Okay.
And then some people, because they have a higher presence on Instagram, scouts found them.
Oh, got you.
So
Okay.
it's like it's always a different dynamic for how everybody got on the show.
So to switch it up a little bit, how were you guys' dating experience prior to getting on the show? Like, what were your thoughts about it? Because I know this area is pretty tough. I mean, it's not. I see all the posts all on Facebook, all over the place about how horrible, you know, not horrible, but how challenging the dating scene can be in the DMV in this area. So what were you guys' experiences prior to going on the show?
I go. So for me, moved from Chicago, was in a long distance relationship, didn't work out, took some time to kind of, you know, get to know more about myself. But in between, I said, let me get out here and date a little bit and see what this DMV action is all about.
Park.
You know, the park, you know,
there you go.
New Street, you know. But it was tough, especially for a guy like me who has what most people consider quote unquote baggage. I have 3 kids, 3 baby mothers. So some people say it's baggage, but you're gonna honor how they feel. So, you know, for some women it was like, you know, I'm good. Like, this will be the last day. I'm like, respect.
After you said that.
Yeah, after I said it, you can still finish your meal. We can still talk.
I can see it too.
You know, because, you know, DMV is a prominent area for a lot of successful women. Yeah. So women, they, you know, and they're raised and taught like, you know, don't date a guy who has, because what their mom and their mothers and mothers have learned throughout the past is that these guys are alley cats. They, you know, they're going to take their bag and they're going to creep in and then they're going to creep back out. So understandable. So some women did not even entertain.
Wow.
Some women did. And they got a chance to get to know me. It was like, man, he's a cool guy. He's enlightening. You know, so some dates it worked, some it didn't. So it was definitely, it was interesting. But I learned a lot just about, you know, women's stereotypes.
Now you said you came from Chicago, right?
Right.
So is there a really big difference between the dating in Chicago and here?
Yes, I would say. I didn't think about it.
Oh yeah,
I would say you know, so
it's a lot from New York.
It's a lot from where I'm Jersey right here. Yeah.
So the first thing is nobody hits you with. So what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
they check them pockets first.
Right. It's like, and then based on how you answer the question of what your profession is, it's going to determine how serious they're going to take you. Like, you a what?
We all got triggered.
Right. You're like,
We all got triggered. What you do? What?
Like, get to know who I am. So in Chicago, like I was part of like flag football leagues and other different clubs. People would go out and hang out and have drinks at different events, and no one asked no one what they did for a living. Everybody was out. It's a vibe.
They wanted to get to know you.
Right. You kicking it with judges, lawyers, cops, drug dealers, everybody in this same circle, and nobody didn't know anything, but we just actually enjoying the vibe with each other. So, but when you come here, it's a little bit more pretentious. Like, you know, it's more like I eat caviar, and, you know.
Can you keep up with what I got?
Right.
You know, that's the question.
Or make it even better.
Or make it even better.
Because you want to know what your potential suitor job is, or you know, but that's something you talk about naturally. And they lead strong with that. Oh yes, and they press you out. And
like
it's
I said, it makes a difference, right?
For me as a female, the men were just like, well, I work for the government. I'm a contractor. I'm a
even when they ask me your number, they add that.
I'm like, that's nice, but I think a lot of people here live behind their title.
100%, yeah,
and that's the problem. I want to know that you have a good job because I am looking for a provider. So that is essential, and that is very important. So don't get the two mixed up. But don't lead with your profession when I'm getting to know you. Right. And don't stand behind it and don't try to hold it over somebody. Because they definitely turn up their nose at certain jobs.
And I think that's what love goes wrong for a lot of people, because now you're looking at a person's profession versus looking at if you actually like the person. So now you like, oh, he got a job, girl. He making 6 figures. Oh, he got a Bentley. And he got this and that. I'm with him. But then you don't even know if you actually have any chemistry with this person.
I always say that here people get invested with the bio first.
Right.
They need to know if the bio is a good fit. Can you read that bio to your friends? And they say, okay, yeah. If you can't do that, they don't care what you like as a person.
That's true.
And then it's sad because it's some men who have like regular 9 to 5 vibes, like the garbage man and stuff. He's overlooked because it's like, oh, you ain't making enough for me, and it's like, do you know how much they make?
Yes. Right. It's a title.
Do you know that they 401k? That's like you looking for status and titles, and again, I tell everybody, curate the life and cultivate the life that you want.
Right.
Make it make sense for you, but don't bash anybody else, and don't count out those men who are getting up every day and making your world go round.
100%. 100%.
No one is telling you to date the McDonald's worker, but don't count him out.
Yes.
Nobody is telling you that doesn't make sense for your life, but don't tell another woman that he is not a good prospect for her. It may make sense for her. Dante's lifestyle didn't make sense for another woman, but it made sense for me. I didn't count him out.
Yes.
You have to do what makes sense for you.
So, listen, I have no problem with offending any of the other ones on there, but I don't really remember too many other names of anyone else on the show. All I know, there was, so it wasn't Camille, but it was the other lady. That was her friend that you also dated during that time too.
Oh, Zadia.
Zadia. So, I mean, I saw the time when she kind of put her hand, like her fingers in your face. That bothered me so very much. And then you had, some dealings with her as well. I mean, how was that experience, coming into it, and, you're interested in 2 different women. I'm for sure that probably helped, you're choosing. But how was that experience, being involved in that type of situation, and then also kind of seeing her going at Aisha and all of that? Did that make you feel like, her attitude and all of that kind of turn you off as well?
Yeah, her attitude at the dinner table where it first started totally turned me off. Actually, some conversation before then where she was kind of, putting me on one of her friends, so to speak, to kind of go toward the end, or at least that's what I can assume. And that was the way I took it, hey, go heavy on my homegirl, and, you go to the end. But I'm like, if me and you are in a connection, I'm dating you, then why are you like, why am I going this way? So for me, that was like, I just think nah. So then we got to the retreat. So by the time of the retreat, I was disconnecting from her, So at the retreat, I'm like, okay, well, I'm probably gonna go home after this. So, but I haven't spent any time with Aisha, so let me make this weekend about her, because I done been on dates with all my other connections except her. So I made the weekend. It was intentional about.
It was too. He was massaging it. He had set up a massage because she's smiling, baby, because he set up a whole massage chair and he was
Hey, Phil, it's all love. Happy birthday.
Look, we talking about Connie Phil, because honey, he was all. Listen, I was like, ooh.
He gonna like, damn, on my birthday,
He poured out the good oils. I was like, damn,
the good oils. I'm sorry, I was like, he came in here smelling like that cocoa butter and oud.
That's when she was like, okay, I'm good. That's it, I'm done. Baby, this is me. But then what do you feel like? Do you feel like she was acting like that more so because she felt like she lost? I mean, or do you think like she really actually wanted to choose you or wanted you to choose her? Like she really felt like she had a connection, or do you feel like it was like, because like sometimes they're like, oh, well, you chose her over me and that's why I'm upset, not because we had an actual connection, you know what I mean? Like, do you feel like that? Yeah, exactly. Do you feel like that's why she was upset?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think she did actually have some feelings for me, but I think more of it was this is her. She looked at rival. Aisha as her rival.
She did.
Because of that,
I was minding my business and drinking my water.
You really was.
And so because of that, the dinner scene, then me getting up and leaving off with her, and then me taking her to the massage and making and then her connection, I guess he got he got some chips and dips at the pool, but she got a massage and we cooked together. So it was a difference, and and I didn't mean to, because I didn't mean to try to come in. I'm outshining everybody. I came there with this is genuinely what I want to do, and I'm gonna show up. And I didn't expect for her to like choose me or that whole weekend to happen, because she had other connections, and this was me and her connecting like on the 8th week. So I'm like, well, maybe she might choose me. If not, let me just do what I want to do. Appreciate her for the conversation, the time that she gave me, and I was gonna be like, I'm out.
Wow. Yeah. So how much of this is, because a lot of times, like you said, you really don't really watch reality shows, but I've grown to realize that some of these reality shows, even though they make it seem like it's just happening, some of them are scripted. Right. So it's
100%.
That scene y'all saw with me on the rooftop eating my vegan risotto. My vegan risotto. It was real. It was nothing scripted. Matter of fact, the producers wasn't even there. I think she got to the elevator. They was trying to talk to her. I don't know. I'm just eating my risotto. I see her coming back like, oh, maybe she wants some of my risotto. I don't know what's going on. But it was good. Especially after that, I needed some risotto after that, because all the energy
because some reality TV is scripted reality. Right. This is not a scripted reality show.
Wow.
This is literally y'all go there, do y'all thing. I mean, you saw it.
And do you really feel like? It happened between you two, but I'm saying, like, do you feel like that is the type of environment where you can? Do you feel like it's more so like, hey, we're putting people that are single, that are attractive, and we're putting them in this environment, for them to possibly find love? But do you feel like that's any different than if you go to, say, a mixer or a club or a lounge and it's a bunch of single people? Like, what do you feel like the difference of that was? Because some of them, I'm sorry, but some of them might not have really been there for love. Some of them might have been there for sure. Right.
But that's the thing with those speed dating things or those mixers. Some people are there to hook up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, these women is desperate. And then the thing with the show, it's always going to be a double-edged sword. Is you really here for love, or you here for 15 minutes?
Right.
So you never know going into any type of environment what somebody's intention is, and then it keeps bringing itself back to the same thing. You be intentional.
Right.
Because you can't control your environment, but you can control you. So that's, of course, you watch a lot of people will trying to snatch, hold on. They was holding on. The rope was burning their hands, but they wanted that 15 minutes so bad. Oh, they had to fight for that 15 minutes, because I'm going to make it. They don't set stage. They don't put scripts. They don't try to move the board. And it was like, no. What will be, que sera, sera. And that's my motto. Like, the universe is going to give me what I deserve, because I am who I am.
Now, because it's about you, I'm sorry, because I'll totally forget it. Because we brought you guys on, it's definitely about you. I don't even really want to talk about the other cast members, but I do want to talk about Camille a little bit. Was she really like that? Was that really, like, that was, because what we saw, was that really?
Yes.
Because I'm sorry. That was really
this her. Is nothing scripted. Like, So whether it was her or her putting on to get 15 minutes,
it was
her. What it was.
So
So it's like we will never know because I don't know these women, I don't know these men outside of the show. So we are coming in as complete strangers, 22 people, we're meeting each other for the first time, you know, so...
Were you as the guys, were y'all able to have a conversation with Cornelius like, hey, dude, you know, you might want to talk to Try, like, this is not, like...
You know, by the time I got wind of some of the events that happened, especially at the pool party, when she called my man a country bumpkin.
Yeah,
you know, I heard about it, you know, after that, I was like, by that time, I looked and it was like, well, he looked like he's happy. I mean, he's sitting with her, he
was scared for his life. And I don't know if I'd say it was happy. He'd be like he had that smile like blink 3 times if you need us to sit down.
Oh my God, I don't know why I said that, because now everybody is like, the moment I said blink, now the whole world.
You gotta blink to make sure you safe. Let me know you safe. Just blink.
I mean, that soundbite has carried. I mean, it went
because you said what we as the viewers was actually thinking. So what's next for you guys? Like, I mean, like, oh Lord, look at
Well, hold on before y'all answer that. So y'all went into the show with true intentions.
Yes.
Because I think there's a thing going around on, you know, in life talking about dating with intentions.
Yes.
Y'all went on the show with full intentions on finding love.
Yes.
So I was skeptical at first. I'm not even gonna lie. I was skeptical. I was like, different people coming on TV shows.
Yeah.
I did a TV show with someone and she became so TV afterward, and she just we got to use this momentum, we got to do this, and we got to do that. I was like, so I came on skeptical. I said I was still going to stay open-minded enough. So if I get on the show and I meet someone who's just as intentional, open to it, then let's ride that wave and see where it goes.
Not you.
And for me, I was just like, the things I keep saying is I was going to come up and either find somebody, or I'm going to just show everybody what a black woman healing looks like. Yeah. That was my biggest thing, was like, I'm sick of these reality shows show us throwing bottles like this.
Yes, acting a whole fool.
I'm like, I just want to be on this show and just be beautiful, and I wanted to speak up for black men too. And I have a son.
Right.
So, and I have a daughter, and I really feel like we're missing speaking up for them and us to collectively.
I agree.
We keep separating the two, but we have to. I am ready for the union where we love on each other to get together again. Like, I'm sick of us dividing black men and black women.
Yeah.
Like, no, we both need this. We both deserve this. Slavery and all that stuff happened to both of us. Let's fix this together. Okay.
100%.
So, without bringing up the past, because of course y'all are here now, but prior to the show, did y'all date the same way with the same intentions as y'all did going into the show?
For me, it was really just taking a step back. So, you know, really doing my inner work, my shadow work. So I dated here and there, and, you know, feeling I like this person. I don't know yet, but it wasn't there enough to be like, okay, we locking in. So, and then, you know, the journey came up, and I was like, okay, this happened for a reason. This fell into my lap for a reason. So let me go and scratch this and explore what this has for me, and look what it led me to.
Voila.
Because I think he was still saving you on
well, we're not going to say that name. We're not going to say that name.
Oh, wait a minute.
We're not going to say that name.
We got some juice. What name? I got to touch the titty on that. What name?
Did we miss something?
What name?
Did we miss it? I think he was still saving on IG. That was his alter ego when he was Playboy.
What was that? Wait a minute. We want to know. What was the alter ego?
Wait a minute. Are we getting an exclusive? Wait a minute.
Really? That's what we doing right now? No.
Look, we here now.
I think he changed. I think through his life experience, if you guys didn't see his interview with Little Black Book 91, he definitely broke down how he wasn't moving in purpose at first.
So I went through that phase. I went through the phase where I was the good one, and I loved so hard, and then you know, you love so hard, the girl's like, oh, I'm not ready for that, and you know, they get the heart broken. I get my heart broken. Then I went from there to, it's Savion. Well, you know, I know how to play the game. I know what's going on. Let me study the game. Let me move how I want to move. I'm not going to be out here lying to people and misleading and breaking hearts, but this is where I'm at. This is my standard. Kind of like, put myself on a pedestal, so to speak. Then let me do my shadow work. Let me.
I love that. That part right there. I'm sorry, and I mean not to cut you off, but that's just so important.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you don't hear men. That's why I'm saying it's so important to hear him say that, because as women, a lot of times we talk about the healing and the shadow work and all of that. So to hear him say that, like, that's amazing.
And I think it would be fraudulent of him, or just disingenuous of him to even pretend like I've just been this great guy all this time, you know. And we know that that's not.
I'm a bad guy and some stories. I'm gonna tell you that now. I'm a good guy.
That bad guy made you.
Right.
And
because then he got to see, like, this doesn't work for me.
Right.
And then he got to say out loud, on one of his intros, when I also saw that back, I never knew he said that. So again, we watched the show with you guys. So on his intro, he was like, I dreamed of the married life and the picket fence and the happily ever after. And I'm like, like, let me let down my blonde wig. So I love it. I definitely was just like, okay. But for me, it's like, I was married for a long time.
Okay.
I was my husband for 12 years. So
wow.
For me, this whole dating world is still fairly new to me.
Right.
So me coming into dating, I definitely moved. I had to learn first to love me and have fun and party, and because 20 years, I'm 12 years, and I'm a mommy, I'm nursing babies, I'm changing diapers, I'm in college, I'm being a wife.
It wasn't really about you.
It wasn't about Aisha.
Yeah.
And so when I decided after I went through therapy and everything, and then I went to dating world, I was like, this is what it looks like. But then I was weirded out by men, like, you guys are weird. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Not the same. Oh, you don't text no more. Oh, you don't call.
Right, you just text.
Wait a minute. You want me to do what?
I'm used to you paging me saying 911 and I'm calling you,
Yeah.
But now it's just straight up text. And then I was like, what's WID? I used to ask my friends, like, what's WID?
I had to go to a few of them, because I'm like, I don't know what in the world these damn things mean.
If another guy give my numbers who say WID, I am going to lose my mind. I'm going to throw this phone across the room. So it definitely was a whole new world.
Yeah.
Like, dating. And then when I was in it, and it was fun, but then I said, this is not what I like.
Yeah, it's not
and
for
then
you.
I said, what do you want, Aisha? I enjoyed being married. I enjoyed being a wife. I enjoyed having.
And that's good that even though it didn't work out, you still, because you hear a lot. Exactly, and that's something. Because I mean, in all experiences, whether it didn't work out or it did, I mean, you take something from it. You learn something from it. You shared energy with this person. You know what I mean? So to go back to the question that I had before, so what's next for you guys? Like, what's up with you guys?
Continue to be intentional.
Yeah.
We have some very intentional conversations, tough conversations. So we're still learning each other.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit over 5 months. So, people say, oh, y'all gonna get married? Like, let's.
So you said it's been a little over 5 months.
Yeah, let's get to know each other. Still date. And, I still court her, open the doors, do all that.
Such a gentleman.
Make sure I take care of her. Every now and then she'll cook. But she'll give my ice cream to feel. With a titty. Hey, touch the titty on out.
Give me that titty. Hey, Kevin.
But no, when she cooks, she lays it out. So I
But Dante, I do have to ask this though, because I know you had mentioned before that you have 3 kids by 3 different baby mothers, and before women wasn't really checking for that, blah blah blah, and now you're with Aisha. You guys are great and all that. Have you gotten a whole lot of different attention from a bunch of different women now that you've been on the show? And if you have, which I know you have, because look at her face, I know you have.
Right. Okay, Camille. Hey, I'm a leave. I'm leaving.
She gets some Camille faces over there, and her faces that Camille be like, I'm
Girl.
First of all, you should be getting out of You're a good man. You're a good man. You're a good woman. You should.
What's good? Who in them did?
So I mean, I do get some attention. Definitely. Now that people are really getting this chance to hear me talk and speak, know about my personality on the show,
judge you.
You get judged. So red flag was raised. Okay, let's investigate the red flag. Oh, it ain't really that red. It might be a little, green or something.
A little light, light shade.
I see a sick robe over there. Some oils.
Sometimes the Bronx come out when it comes to him. I get a little Bronx when it comes out.
Trust me, Sean, I understand.
A little Bronx come out.
I take it all humbly. I know she gets the same.
Yeah, of course,
definitely.
of course.
But it doesn't go to my head. It's like, hey, y'all when y'all doubted me, this woman believed in me.
Ooh,
period. You might want to repeat that one.
Can we get a repeat on that one? Because they couldn't hear you in the back. Repeat for the back.
When y'all doubted me, this woman right here believed in me. So,
A lot of times they just want to do it. So
Beyonce, they be like, yes, okay. What he said.
What he said. Now everybody like, oh, he's not that bad. You didn't say that yesterday.
Right. You didn't say that yesterday.
Sean, now I'm sure that's what I'll go
Keep
through.
That same energy. Don't bring that over here.
And you don't even know Aisha is New York, so y'all better keep that energy. What's the one that don't play? Because this one was which one? What she say his one was?
This is
Stacey. Now what's the one that don't play that they gotta watch out for? What's her name?
Oh, Aisha. When I'm bold.
Oh, what y'all don't want?
Hold on. Hold on. I got. Wait. Did I just miss something?
No, it's Stacey. You missed the whole
That's not another 5 months. You see? Hold on. Where's Stacey? See, I'm looking like.
I'm trying to put you on game. Learn the wig.
So we was talking, babe. First of all, because this man, he plays so much. So he always, sometimes my wig's not glued on because we're in the house, and he like playing around shifting my wigs. So we took him on my wigs before you came.
And I asked her if she had names for them.
Because women we say,
that is your homework. Let me tell you, when you date a black woman, you gotta know wigs. You gotta know what they stand for. So you can predict her mood.
Yes, baby. So she got a short one on, she got a blonde one on.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So I was telling him this one, I call her Stacey because Stacey sits up proper. Stacey shops on Fifth Avenue. She's cool. She's calm. She's good. So they saying like when somebody else come, you go Bronx come out. Who is it? Like if this wasn't on TV, I would snatch it off and show my blonde.
And she be Aisha.
I'll be Aisha.
Right.
Well, listen, guys.
Another bad creation.
Unfortunately, we gotta wrap it up because it is. I don't even know how it's 9:50. Like we don't. Oh my God.
Now we get a good time.
Oh, we got a question. Oh,
do y'all meditate?
Sierra
wants to know, do y'all meditate together?
We haven't together yet, but he knows how to meditate better than I do.
Awesome.
I asked him questions to how to take me to the next level.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Generally, I'm somewhere meditating and she stumble upon me or something. I'll be sitting in the dark and she be like, oh my God, what's that?
Or I'll be still sleeping and I'm like, he's been going long and y'all go looking for him. He's meditating.
Right.
I'm normally really good with reading people's energy, and when I tell you guys have a beautiful, and my girlfriend texted me and she was like, their energy together is so cute. Like everyone, all the comments are lovely couple. Like everyone just love you guys, and being here sitting next to you guys, I mean, the energy is so beautiful.
And the beautiful thing about it, you can tell separately, you're still two good energies, but together, it's like
and you're still working on your journey. That's important too. Both of you guys are still working on healing and your journey, which is important because your self journey is never ending.
Nope.
Right.
And it's so key to keeping a relationship together and you guys building together. So before we go for really quick, how can they find you guys? How can they keep up with anything and everything you guys got going on individually, together, and all of that? If you can just put out your social media and all that good stuff. If you have anything coming up, y'all can just Drop away. It's your time.
You can follow me at
Because you wear some hair salon too. We didn't get a chance to talk about that. Oh my God.
So I do hair. I've been doing hair for over 20 years. I have worked with celebrities. My accolades is long. I've done billboards, magazines. I worked with a lot of heady hitters. I know. And that's been my passion for the longest. And then my newest passion is just reviving the art and the love of hair. With Black women, I want us to be able to take these things off and fall in love with what comes out of our scalp.
Yes.
So I'm definitely hair restoration therapist as far as hair goes for women. And then I'm gonna help you adorn it too. I'm gonna tell you about where we're going, but I'm gonna show you how to do it properly.
Right.
So that's what I do for my living from more than 20 years. And you can follow me at Pink, the color Pink, Pink, Dolly, Dolly, and then Glam, Glam. So I'm Pink Dolly Glam, all things pink, all things Dolly, and all things glamorous.
See what she did? See what she did? She did like
There you go.
She did. But she like, he was just like,
you have 1 minute.
As for me, I have some few projects coming up.
Tell us. Give us some exclusives. Can we get some exclusives?
Well, they're still in development.
Okay.
One of them she doesn't want me to do. I'm not even going to talk about that.
Oh Lord, we just seen Aisha there.
Oh, shit.
Aisha was like...
But all my projects, you guys can follow me on Instagram, conscious_godbody7.
Oh.
And so I'm a vegan, so that's what the whole God body, body's a temple. So
we didn't even get to talk.
Conscious
we gotta bring y'all back on. I want to go into. I mean, we talked about the show, but I want to talk about the personal things you guys do too. Yeah. We didn't even get a chance to talk about all of that.
Yeah, definitely. And I have a book coming out. So like I said to you guys, my personal book now, I will have it published in a couple of months. And you guys will get to purchase that.
I love it. I love it.
Inside of Aisha.
I love it. And so you have some projects you're working on that's going to be coming out.
I got some things working.
We're doing some things together.
See how modest men are. You know what I'm saying? See how modest? Yeah, we got some. You working on it. We'll let you know when it's drop. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, this what I'm doing. Follow me at blah, blah, blah. Click here. You see everything.
Yes, my link is in my bio. People are like, where you at? I live in the DMV area. My link is in the bio. I just tell people, please do not be weird. If you're going to click my link, you click it in order to pay through my shop. Do not click it. Do not click it just to fan out. I understand. I love you guys, but that is my business.
That's your business.
It's different from Aisha on Ready to Love.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I just want to say, I reached out to you, and you've been a beautiful spirit since I did, and I connected with you on a personal level, even through reaching out to you and talking to you, and I didn't even know you were bringing Dante, which I was like, you hit me today and told me that. I was like, oh! I was like, do I need to make him a flyer? Like, who are you? Should I surprise? She was like, do a surprise. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, the Miss O Show loves exclusives and surprises. So I thank you for coming and sharing energy with us. We're a very positive show. Like, we crack jokes and act crazy, but we really, really try to do shows that are positive and meaningful. And having you guys on, it gives someone else hope, because again, I want to bring back love too. I really do. I love it. I'm such a lovey. She calls me the good shirt. I'm such a lovey. I love love.
I love the good shit.
I love love.
Don't bring my man out doing that thing.
Oh wait, what she say?
I did a whole post about what she told me she was back in the day. I was a pick me. I'm retired.
Pick me. That's what
Ain't don't pick me no more.
Don't pick me.
I don't pick me no more. But when he come in the room, it's like it goes back. So I get it.
Shout out to my finance.
Shout out to my pillow, big up.
We gonna be finding you. We gonna find you a woman this year. But listen, I want to thank everyone. So, God, I ain't got time. Jesus. Anyway, because the new season's coming on. It's already started this Friday.
No, it started already last Friday.
I know. I gotta get caught up. And it's still back in the DMV, right?
Yes.
Do you guys know anyone that's on the new show?
We met them.
You met them. Okay, so you don't ever know.
We met them.
I know. I don't even want to get off. I have so many questions, and my producer, my engineer is looking at me like, "You better get out. I gotta go home. You gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here."
Real quick, one of the listeners, Sierra, says she would like to gift you both with crystals.
Oh, yes.
So I'm gonna post. We're gonna get a PO box this week, and then we're gonna drop the PO box in both our bio.
And let me tell you, I know Sierra, and and all of my crystals come from Sierra. All of my sage, all of my everything comes from her.
He gave me this.
She has beautiful everything. All my crystals.
What was this one? Because everyone was asking.
That's labradorite. It's the same. This is my favorite. One of my favorite stones. So it's labradorite.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Shout out to Sierra. She's a beautiful person, beautiful spirit. And when I told her you coming on, she was like, "Oh my God, I love her. She's my favorite."
Oh, thank you, Sierra.
So we definitely have to get out of here. You can follow me on Instagram at Paris K Style. Make sure you buy the book How I Found Me. It's on Amazon. I'm looking. You know what? I'm sitting too close to you right now. Normally I'm all the way over here.
You know she got to run.
They need to do what? Tell them again.
Yes, you need to buy the book. It is on Amazon. How I Found Me, Miss O. You can find Omika Polk. It's on Amazon. Make sure you buy the book How I Found Me. Listen to us every single Monday. We are live because let me tell you something. So next Monday is February the 7th. I was gonna surprise everybody. But I'm still going to surprise everybody because I am so excited about the guests. We have a major music artist coming on. A major music artist. And I am so in love with her. And let me tell you, I'll be working. And so she's coming on. Look, they know right now.
Can I get You'll pass me the liquor, but you won't pass me the tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on?
Y'all have got to follow us, and y'all also have to make sure you tune in. We want to thank everybody tuned in on behalf of Aisha and Dante. We hope that you will continue to tune in because we are live every Monday at 8 p.m. So make sure you download the RIP Radio app. That way you can follow us. And how can they follow you? You ready? Go!
You know what? Okay. So you can follow me on IG, Queen of Streams, KWEENOF Streams with the S. I own a Queen's Cleaning, a black-owned, black-operated cleaning service in the DMV. We integrate mental wellness with our cleans, and I also am the owner of Aisha Luxury Hookah, the first black-owned hookah brand. Woo! Aisha Hookah on IG and Facebook. That was it.
You know what I'm saying? All right, real quick, y'all know I'm real simple and real fast. Mark Swinging on Facebook. Swinging _ shenanigans on IG. And in the streets, don't follow me. I'll see y'all.
Yes, and real quick, because we gotta get out of here. We are 10 o'clock. Give them your information real quick again, and then we're gonna get out of here. How can they follow you guys?
Okay, one last time. I'm at Pink Dolly Glam on Instagram.
Conscious _ God Body 7 on Instagram.
And we, again, thank y'all. We give y'all so much love. We pray for y'all. And we are so happy that y'all came with us. Thank you. It was an amazing show.
Thank you.